Um, okay, we are live on both Twitch and YouTube. Um, Anybody watching on Twitch, we just had a headphone malfunction. My headphones were turned off. I was doing the intro to the YouTube video and just realized that my headphones are really, really finicky. Anyone watching on YouTube, obviously, you won't be aware of that. So that is real unfortunate, but we're going to redo the introduction. So Darkglare is a build of Warlock that I think is probably the strongest Warlock deck, most likely the strongest build of any deck in the game right now in Wild Hearthstone. This build is a homebrew that I've been working on. It's slightly different from what most people run. I'm running a Zephyrus build currently, and I've taken out some cards people would tend to run. Certainly, people would tend to run two copies of cards like Cheaty Ankle-Biter, although that's most often a card that's considered cuttable when Zephyrus is run. A lot of people run double Drain Soul. If you do run double Drain Soul, you don't run Spellstone, but we're running one Drain Soul, one Spellstone to make Zephyrus more active. I've been teching Solarium, meaning taking it out in this case, and putting Flame Imp in, but you probably want to run Solarium in this slot. The Solarium lets you draw towards cards that let you win against aggro, and obviously in control matchups it lets you activate your Zephyrs, it gets you your Giants. It's a very strong card in control matchups. Against aggro, I think the Flame Imp can sometimes be better if you do find the Molten Giant. I've been using the Flame Imp not as a one drop unless I think I'm going to win on turn 4. I've been using it as an activator, as another crystallizer, right? You can combo the crystallizer and the Flame Imp and a Molten Giant, and you can end up with a crystallizer, Flame Imp, Molten Giant like turn 3. You can get really good high rolls with that against certain decks. You can lead with, say, Kobold Librarian and then Flame Imp on turn 1 with the coin. On turn 2, you would play Raise Dead on the Kobold Librarian and the Flame Imp when they play something you can trade into. And then you would play, say, Darkglare, Darkglare, Kobold Librarian, Flame Imp, and Crystallizer, and that gets you at least low enough. I'm not sure if I counted correctly, but you can also spam more cards with that. I think that would get you to 13, if I'm not mistaken, from 30. Your opponent might also be damaging you. That's quick math. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. It's somewhere around 15, probably slightly below that, so you would be able to play the Molten Giant with that combination of cards on turn 3, which is very unlikely with other decks, other builds of Darkglare. Now, the way that I've constructed this deck is I'm really going in heavy on um, the one cost cards that are playable. Sorry, I'm misspeaking. The pain cards that are playable in various matchups. The pain cards that are combo cards are the most powerful of the pain cards, I think, after the Kobold Librarian and the Tour Guide, which are straight up the best pain cards in the deck because they do the thing that you want, which is to turbocharge your Giants starting early. What I meant to say before was I've included some cards that are pretty unorthodox, right? So you have Rain of Fire, and Spirit Bomb, and Crystallizer, and the other build had Flame Imp really trying to turbo out the Molten Giants. Flesh Giants are pretty active anyway, no matter what. You're looking pretty aggressively with this build to get Molten Giants, get Flesh Giants, reduce the cost, get them out, stay alive with Amethyst Spellstone, stay alive with Drain Soul, stay alive until you can Tamsin or PO, Tamsin and PO, or Zephyrus and PO a minion on your board, or do the same to a Stone Tusk Boar. So the way this deck functions in this particular build is to turbocharge the Giants. If you're not doing that, I think you're playing the deck wrong. In most matchups, you have defensive tools in Sun Fury Protector. You have defensive tools in Spirit Bomb against certain decks. An example is Odd Paladin has I forget what it's called, but the 3/4, right? The minion that buffs your Silverhand recruits by 1. I can never remember the name of the card. Warhorse Trainer maybe. But that card is killed by a Spirit Bomb, and that particular board swing of having a Spirit Bomb, you go Darkglare Spirit Bomb, Rain of Fire. That usually wins the game against a turn 3 that any Odd Paladin can do, right? That Odd Paladin will just die to that. If they don't have Bear Off later, they usually don't have any chance. We can beat Bear Off with a good play style too if we don't play too hard into it. So tough matchups that I've found are really, really aggressive matchups. So stuff, think like, cute lock style, right? Where it's just really, really fast. We need to find the broomstick or we die, right? We're a little bit less consistent in drawing the cards like broomstick, Sun Fury. The Cheaty is not a 2 of. I was running Sun Fury as a 2 of for a while, is why I mentioned that. And then, Drain Soul is not as good when there's only one copy in the deck. It's not something that you can find as easily, right? Stone Tusk Boar can turn into a scuffed broomstick, but it's just that in the aggro matchup against super aggressive decks is it's a scuffed broomstick. So you really don't want the boar, you want the broomstick. But then if you find the broomstick, you need to find the cards that can be rushed in. So you don't really want to find, say, Spirit Bomb. Rain of Fire does win those matchups, which is really a good reason why to put it in. And so control matchups tend to be really good. I haven't actually lost a control matchup except against a big shaman, a Reno shaman that found Flurgle and Toxfin and also Mutanus. The Flurgle Toxfin were natural. The Mutanus was off of an ice fishing. So he built his deck to have 3 Murlocs and he got really lucky. I did not expect the Flurgle Toxfin because he hadn't played an ice fishing, and so I played pretty hard into it, and I lost to the Flurgle Toxfin, which is just a combo that they have. So I died, even though I presented a threatening board. There was not much I could do there. I believe that was the only control matchup I lost with this build, or the one that's exactly the same deck, except for Solarium replacing Flame Imp. So we're going to go in for a couple of games. We're looking at probably a 15 to 20 minute video if you guys are looking at how much time you want to spend watching this. I appreciate anybody who does stick it through to the end. If you want to skip to the gameplay, I'm just going to talk for a split second more and then I'll rush into some games. So I personally really like the Zephyrus builds. I tend to gravitate towards the non-Zephyrus builds in certain metas, but I think right now, with the abundance of decks like, Reno Shaman, decks like, actually, I've been facing a fair amount of DMH Warrior, stuff that gains a lot of armor, stuff that puts up big taunts. You get through those with Zephyrus. I faced a couple of big priests yesterday, beat those pretty handily. And so the stuff that we, again, lose to is the aggro stuff that's really going to go under us before we can find our power cards. So we're going to go in, we're going to try to find a matchup that's interesting. I think the most interesting matchup that I'm looking forward to trying to find in this video is maybe a Secret Mage. The thing about Secret Mage is we have no cards that directly counter them, but we're favored because we're a Darkglare list, and we have Zephyrus the Great that becomes active rather quick. So we're hoping we can find the active Zephyrus early against a Secret Mage. If we can't find the active Zephyrus, we look to Sun Fury Protector. That's our next big weapon, is to taunt up a couple of giants on turn 4, and then they pretty much can't do anything. We're looking to get Drain Soul and not get it countered, or Spellstone and not get it countered. Tamsin into Drain Soul can be a good hit into a Secret Mage, but again, we don't know if we're going to find a Secret Mage. It's just if we do, that's what to expect from me. I'll be digging hard for those cards. Rain of Fire is kind of dead, but it's a good card to activate counter spell, to be able to counter a counter spell, as it were. So we're looking for a game. I can't figure out how to get the overlay to work, so I have the tracker up, and I'll just be able to tell you guys what's left in the deck as the game is going on. I actually don't know how to fix that. I think this guy is on Reno Luck, but I could be wrong. His hand is quite good into Darkglare, but I do have the read that I think he's Reno Luck. If he's Darkglare, I'm definitely keeping Darkglare Tour Guide. Tour Guide on 1, tap on 1 with the Tour Guide, and then we go with a tap on 2, Darkglare on 3 with the Raised Dead Tour Guide now that we have Raised Dead. Zephrys is a decent draw. We have 6 cards left in the deck that activate Zephrys because we got 3 duplicates. Tour Guide tap, looking for the active Zeph. We have 5 cards now for Zeph. I say we are looking for the active Zeph. If he's switched over to Darkglare, or I was mistaken, and he only plays Darkglare, and it's possible that I misremembered, then we are actually looking for an active Zephrys really, really hard. I don't think he's Darkglare, so I am going to swing face. Chip damage can matter in a matchup like this because it's very possible that we're going to be looking at 2 Giants and a Lotheb. We really want to get him to 21. So, he hasn't killed the 1/1 yet, which is unfortunate. We're going to tap here. We find a Broomstick. I'm going to go face. I might actually jam the Broomstick here. I think I do. We get it back in the Raised Dead, and his only real way of clearing is you're going to clear both of the minions, right? It doesn't do us any harm to play the Broom because, yeah, we just trade it into whatever he plays. So that's really good for us. So we're going to PO something, I think, and then we're going to play Darkglare. Play Darkglare, PO this, trade this, do one of those, do one of these. We just want to get back the tour guide. Unfortunately, we don't get both back, but this should let us get the Giant out if we get a good top deck. Crystallizer is such a good top deck. So we're going to play 1 Giant. Unfortunately, we can't play 2. And we are deactivating the Molten Giant and the Flesh Giants, but the Flesh Giants are low enough we can jam them. Unfortunately, we didn't get like a Kobold into a Raised Dead or something, but it is turn 4 and we have a Flesh Giant, so I'm okay with that. I mean, from like I like Wild Hearthstone, it's really not okay, but yeah, next turn we play Lotheb. If he doesn't do anything, if he does things, we play a Flesh Giant, probably, depending what the thing he does is. That 1/3 is gonna hurt. That we could only really play the 1/3 as the end of the turn in order to activate the Flesh Giant. If I hadn't played the 1/3, I couldn't have played the Flesh Giant, unfortunately. So here, we're gonna, what do I do here? He has 26 health. I think I want to double trade into the Zeph and play Lotheb. That seems like a decent play. It's a little scuffed because now he's probably going to be able to, like, Ziliax kill the 2/3, for instance, was what I was trying to think of the word. I was going to say Lifesteal and Rush because I couldn't think of the word for Ziliax. But now we can jam both Giants. We can Darkglare tap, but then we can only play 1, or actually only the Flesh Giant. We're going to try to play the Molten Giant, but we don't have enough damage on ourselves to do that. We haven't damaged ourselves enough. We got that armor going. This is clean. Okay, so Raised Dead happens. Back to 4 mana. Get back a Giant. We can play 3 Giants. He needs to have Raised Dead on Zephrys. If he has Raised Dead on Zephrys, but then he also would have to get lucky in the Zephrys. I think we go all in here. Or maybe partially in. Maybe it's partially in. We do have Stone Tusk Boar plus an almost active Zeph. I think we play all 3. And we just hope he doesn't have the answer. Right now we have lethal. It's turn 7, so he can coin out, we could only have 28 damage. Right now we have 32. He could coin out Godfrey is the name of the card I was trying to think of. He can play Zeph in full clear or Zeph in freeze. He taps. He doesn't have the Zeph anymore. He needs coin. Or, sorry. Raised Dead. He has to, oh, he's going to treachery us. That sucks. That's fine. We need to cheaty him, or Stone Tusk Boar him now to win this game. So we're going to be tapping aggressively. We're probably not going to be winning this game. This is an example of a game we would have won if he wasn't running Treachery and Doomsayer. So I need to play around that in the future with this guy. Alright, Zephrys is active. We need the Boar. If we get the Boar, we probably win. So we're going to cheaty his face. And then we need to find the Molten Giant. Yeah, we've already used a power overwhelming. I didn't expect my whole board to be cleared there. On Yeah, that was just a. I didn't expect that to happen, and I died because it did. If we lose this game, um, okay, so I'm gonna tap here, looking for some way of killing this. So we tap, we kobold. We got Tamsin, sweet. Okay, so he can dirty rat something, but if he can't dirty rat something, we probably win. So this happens, and we need to kill that. So we can Tamsin double. He's gonna have he's gonna have kill the board. Unfortunately, he can play Netherwind Portal. Netherwind Portal. The 8 cost. I can't remember what it's called. Netherwind Portal is not the card. Um, Twisting Nether is the name of that card. So I'm gonna play. It's if he has Rat or Reno. I think we go like this. I think we actually want to go like this. I take it back. Better to save the resources. If he kills Tamsin, I could have played like Tamsin and single PO, held the other PO, but he doesn't have Twisting Nether. He probably has Dark Skies does kill the minions. Okay. That's our last giant. We probably don't win this game. I'm going to stay in it though, see if we can find a way. This is a game where I only lost it because I didn't expect the treachery Doomsayer. I could have jammed, I think, another minion that turn, or I could have held something back, but I didn't think he would have any answer besides Raise Dead and Zephyrus, and I just didn't know his deck, and we lost because of it. He also got the single treachery plus Doomsayer, so it's just unlucky more than anything. Backfire into Boar for next turn, probably. Okay, so what actually do we get from this? We can deal 17 damage with Zephyrus and Wind Fury. So we only need 9 mana for that. We have a Kobold Librarian, a Broomstick, a Spirit Bomb, and a Tour Guide in the deck. We are going to... Sucks we don't have a Raised Dead, so we're going to play this. He might not have a clear here. He almost always does, but we're going to play Sun Fury. Just for more pressure. So that always happens. I could tap here. We're not dead to Zeph. We are dead to fatigue over time, but I think we want to get more resources. I could also play Solarium and just not play the Spirit Bomb if I get it. Play Kobold Librarian, Tour Guide, or Animated Broomstick. And play this. I don't think we ever win this game. We lost our giants into treachery, so I could have played Zeph there looking for Jiraxis. I think that was probably the play. Yeah, now we look for Jiraxis every time. If he can't kill that, that's quite good for us, but he almost always does, right? He doesn't even necessarily need to not kill the 1-1 if he doesn't kill either minion. But I don't think we win from here. Unfortunately, we don't have Giants left. We don't have Raised Dead left. I played this wrong into his particular build because I thought he was playing a different build. The deck held up, though. It did exactly what it should have done, and we just got Doomsayer Treachery'd in Arena deck. We just got really unlucky. It's well played by the opponent. All right, so next turn we just start jamming 6/6s, I think. Yep, he's on 23 life. He doesn't have Reno yet. Oh, okay, he got Zeph. He used Zeph early though. I just don't think we win. Unfortunately, we need to play for tempo here. So we need to play this is a fell spell. We just need to play Zeph, I think, for big tiers, but for I might even play it for Cabal Shadow Priest and then try to just say he doesn't have removal. I think that's the play. So, yeah, Cabal Shadow Priest on that. And we're literally saying he doesn't have any removal at this point. So there's a Broomstick in the deck. I think we tap. We can also Solarium for it. We're not dead to overdrawing immediately, so I think we do that. Okay. Next turn we have Tamsin POPO, which brings us to 19, and it brings the Tamsin onto the board. We're dead to Pyroblast. Okay. So that was not what we wanted to see. The Doomsayer and the Treachery together. I've said this now 3 times, but those are what killed us. Well played by both players. There's not much you can do once you lose 3 Giants and the Treachery Doomsayer. We're going to play another game. I think I'm going to play 3, and then I'm going to end the video. I'll keep streaming for you guys who are watching in my Twitch channel, which, by the way, I'll link in the YouTube description. Yeah, this deck is it's really fun. It's powerful. Hopefully, we'll be able to show off some games that work. As in, like, where I win. That deck got me pretty good, so, you know, happens sometimes to the best of us. You get Treachery Doomsayered. You can't do anything about it. So, Lotheb, decent keep against specifically the new Pillager Rogue, as well as against Quest Rogue. Backfire, decent keep all around. Spirit Bomb, probably a toss, and Tamsin, always a toss. Almost always a toss. Spirit Bomb might be okay, but we're looking for premium 1-drops, and we aren't too sad about most of the other cards. Maybe Spirit Bomb's a keep, and I toss Backfire. We have Tap. I think the worst case is we do nothing turn 1 and coin Backfire, and then have a turn 3 that's really powerful. So I think we do toss Spirit Bomb. That's only punished if I get like a lot of Giants, and would have had Giants if I had had more pain. But we don't get that, so I do think he's probably playing Pillager. Not actually sure, but I don't know if we play the pig here. I don't think we're getting an active Zeph, and Tamsin is in the deck, so I think we actually do play the pig and charge in. It fills the dead pool if we find a Darkglare and a Raised Dead off of Backfire, so that we can do a crazy turn on turn 3. I don't know what that means, but it's probably some form of, like, I mean, obviously a secret would be in the deck. I don't know if it'll be actually Secret Rogue or what the deal is, but yeah, we just coin and Backfire and attack face. He'll probably trade, or rather bump with his face. If he doesn't have a better turn 3, he'll probably bump with his face. He might also trade and do some other powerful play. He's really wanting probably to kill off the 2/2, I would imagine. I don't know his deck, but he wants to get secrets up, clearly. Yep, so he bumps with his face and goes face. He shouldn't have gone face there, I don't think, if he knows that I'm Darkglare, and he should know that I'm Darkglare at this point with the plays that I've made. So that was slightly suboptimal from the opponent. So 8 cards to 9 cards, then we play the tour guide and we pass. Really trying to turbo out the Giants. Like I said in the intro, the goal with this deck is to turbo Giants out, dodge aggro, really, and do Darkglare things. It's a very strong archetype, and I've had a lot of success with these builds that I am showcasing today. I know that last game made it look like maybe the build that I have is a little sad, but God, when you find Darkglare, it gets a little better, doesn't it? So yeah, Darkglare, back to 3 mana. Find a Kobold. We play the Rain of Fire first. Get it out of the hand because you're going to be Solariuming probably. We have Lotheb in hand, and Zephrys is very, very close to active. So we just spam Kobold Librarians, and then Giants, and then a Broomstick. We might not even Solarium. I don't think we Solarium here. So I'm actually going to go with a... this sucks. I think I do Solarium. We have 8 cards. I think I'm risking discarding some cards I want to keep. Pain? Jesus. Okay, no pain cards. That sucks. So that's going to make this a lot more difficult to win. Those are such bad burns. That's alright, though. I think the risk was worth. I'm going to play a Sun Fury on these minions and end the turn. Try to protect Darkglare so we can do it again. The thing that really matters there is that we didn't discard Zephrys the Great. Or Raise Dead, to get Bora back. We can still win. We can also get Lightning Stormed here and die immediately, but, I guess we're not actually immediately dead. It really depends how well he's built his Reno Rogue, and generally speaking, Reno Rogue is not very strong, so it's probably a questionable build. We're gonna probably play Lothab and some Giants here. I might also just raise Dead and see what happens. We can get lucky. So Zephrys dies. It's too much damage. All right. So Darkglare rather happens, and I think we play 3 Giants and yeah, we do this always. And I don't want to play the Kobold because he could have burn here. And next turn we play Lothab to protect what's left of this board if we didn't just win straight up. We have only 25 damage, so I'm actually going to trade with the 2/3 here. This way we kill him if he has clear on one of the minions. And they have to deal 25 damage. Unfortunately, we're only probably going to be able to deal 8. I feel like it's probably evasion. Plagiarize would have been rather annoying, but it wasn't plagiarize. I think that's going to be a glacial shard, probably. Not sure. We'll see. Alright, so goals with the rest of this game, we're looking to find Zephrys. That probably wins us the game. Interesting that he puts the Darkglares in his deck. Okay, he's deactivating Reno with that, unfortunately for him. And he is on 6 health? 6 health. I think we won. So we play, we attack face, I guess, first. No, it can be, let me look at the tricks, or the secrets. I actually don't know all the rogue secrets where I can just like recite them to you, where I can just tell you what the secrets are for mage because I play against it more often. Bamboozle, ambush, cheat death, dirty tricks, shadow clone, shenanigans, sudden betrayal. So I think I'm going to play this first in case it is ambush. It's not. I go. No, we play the Kobold Librarian here, and then we test. No, wait, what am I talking about? We test sudden betrayal with this minion, and then we go face. Because we played Lothab, I can risk it being evasion. I was going to try to attack in with the 8/8 first in case it was sudden betrayal. In case it was evasion, I mean. But then because it's sudden betrayal is also in the pool, I wanted to attack with the 1/1 first. We still had enough damage. I don't know. That was a bit of a scam. We got some good cards early. Yo, so my headphones died just there for about 10 seconds. I am back. We're going to start another game. That game, like I was saying, was a bit of a scam. We were able to get the cards we needed early, and we won. So this is going to be the last game. We're going to see if we can go 2-1. in this video. I am going to keep the stream going. If anyone's watching on Twitch, you should stick around. I'll keep the excitement going. I'm going to go for a top 1,000 finish this month, I think. I've already climbed about 1,300 rank today. It's the 29th right now at 3 a.m., so I've got 2 days, today and tomorrow. I'll be playing pretty much constantly during that time. We have Tour Guide, so Warrior. Solarium does nothing unless it's Pirates, early anyway. So we toss it, we get it back later against Control. With the premium one drop, I don't really feel like I need to keep the Solarium against what I think very well could be Pirates. I don't have a hard read on what this guy's playing, but if it is Pirates, we do want to be able to get the Broom pretty early. This hand is very good into Pirates if it is Pirates. I'm going to play Tour Guide, and I'm going to pass. I think we Cheaty Ankle Biter probably tap next turn, and then we have the option to go with Darkglare if we get a top deck Darkglare. So we could go Darkglare, Kobold, Spirit Bomb, and just contest the board. Yep, Pirates. Perfect. So we Spirit Bomb that, we win the game probably. Yeah, this game's over. Hard over. So we play that. Get the Darkglare for next turn. I'm not going to tap, actually. And we do that. And yeah, next turn we go Darkglare, tap. Cheaty, kill his minions. I think he might concede. We've high-rolled this game extremely hard. Getting the Tour Guide and the Kobold and the Cheaty and the Molten Giant and the Darkglare all early is really, really good for us. If we find Raised Out off the top, I think he ought to just get out of this game. Okay, Flesh Giant's also really good. So, Darkglare, tap to get the Cheaty out. We find Tamsin. I don't think I want to attack into his minion. I think I want to Cheaty my face, but I'm not sure. Cheating my face... Actually, cheating his minion lets me get the Flesh Giant out, and it contests the board, protects the Darkglare, so it's always the play. We get the Flesh Giant out next turn, to be clear. If we found a Raised Dead at all here, we'd be like super stoked about it. He has to attack into the 2-1 with his face. If he doesn't, we have a 3-cost Flesh Giant. If he can't kill the Darkglare, we have a 2-cost Flesh Giant if he kills neither of the minions, and he should always do that, but... Foxtail Freebooter. Okay, so that's great for us. He kills the Darkglare. He's overvaluing Darkglare, as people tend to. Darkglare actually didn't matter there. He should have killed the 2-1 so I could get the Flesh Giant out, deactivate the Molten Giant, etc. So, yeah. I'm going to play the Tour Guide and tap because we can find Backfire. If we find Backfire, we play that. We find Darkglare. I am going to... I don't know. I think I always want to play the Giant. No, I don't know if I attack face or I attack into the 2-2. I guess if he has... Oh, no, but he can't play. He's already played the coin. He can't play Leroy and trade into the Flesh Giant. I think I want to go face. I think he's going to trade into the 2-1 with his... Or bump the 2-1 with his face. He might trade into the 1-1 with the 2-2, which would be kind of scuffed. But I like keeping the 2-1 alive. It's more healing that way. He could cannon and kill it, but he's already cannoned. I think I'm going to do this. Play the Flesh Giant and end the turn. Here he probably heals us up for an additional 2 damage. So we've gained 4 damage with this Cheaty, or 4 health, rather 5, because we Cheatied his minion instead of our face. I really like keeping the 2-1 alive here. I don't think he hardly ever kills the 8-8. If he does, he's committing a ton of resources and probably bumping his face into it. Let me real quick post a tweet about my presence on YouTube. Or on Twitch, I mean, rather. Alright, I gotta play the turnout and then I'll go back to that. So he did some things. He bumped his face in, he traded the Foxtail Freebooter, and he played a Bloodsail Cultist. Those are all fine things for us. So we go Darkglare. I think we want to contest the board here. We're going to save the Lesser Amethyst Spellstone for the Tamsin turn. Hopefully we top deck like a something powerful. So Sun Fury Protector is actually quite good. Alright, I think we win this game. We do need to activate the spellstone, so we want to find pain cards. I'm going to put him on a clock here. I'm going to taunt these two minions. I'm going to send everything face. If he is not able to kill my face before 2 turns from now, I kill everything on his board, or most of it, and then he concedes to the spellstones. I could have also taunted just the Darkglare, and then he didn't have enough damage to kill the giant without bumping his face into it. However, I think with this hand, we don't lose. If I find a singular pain card next turn, that's like next level good. That's bad, though. That's quite bad. That was a good discover, that rogue card. Bloodsail Howler. Alright, we do blow up his board with this, so he'll probably trade the 2-1 and bump his face in. What is he doing here? Okay, I guess he's doing that. He's protecting his face. That makes sense. He's trying to make it so that double PO doesn't kill him. So Tamsin PO wouldn't kill him. Okay. We always tap here. We're always going face, I think. That's a Tamsin Drain Soul next turn. I think we do that next turn. So I think we're actually fine to play the Spellstone here. Drain Soul does the same thing, and we have to be able to play. We want to be able to play other cards. So we're going to just Spellstone the 3/2, and it's kind of scuffed, but it does let us heal up for a little bit, and then we have Tamsin and Drain Soul and Rush next turn. That's going face always. He has to kill my minions. His initiative is completely destroyed. He has to be on the defensive here. I'm just going to bash him with the Sun Fury a couple of times. We might not even need Power Overwhelming. If we don't draw Power Overwhelming, Backfire, and Raise Dead, Zephrys is a dead draw. Let me finish up this tweet as my opponent concedes. Okay, so we win the game. Cool. That was just, this game is over. So, yeah, Flesh Giant. Tamsin. We don't care about our health total here, so Tamsin. We don't care about our Tamsin being alive, rather. Our Tamsin's health. So we do this. We do this. I think we're just going to go in on all the stats. We have 24 health still. The opponent has died. Unfortunately, we never get to play this Molten Giant, but, you know, you take it where you can get it. 12 damage on board, he has to kill a minion without taking any damage. He specifically has to kill a minion that isn't the 1-1. If he can't kill the 1-1, he needs to concede. Or if he can't kill a 1-1 and like a 2-3, he needs to kill something beyond the 1-1 without taking any damage, and he needs to do that with a ship's cannon, presumably, or a charge minion. I feel like he loses, and I feel like he's upset about it. Alright, so that's the video. You guys can see in the video the power level of the deck. I gave a pretty detailed description at the beginning of the video. If you guys want to see more of me, I do stream every night, or at least 80% of nights, live on twitch.tv/glare. I'm usually higher ranked than this. I played a lot of bad combo mage this month, as well as some good combo mage, but I have not hopped on the Mozaki hype train yet, and I'm a big fan of combo mage, so it hasn't been going great for me. This is the list that I'm running here. We're gonna post this video tonight or possibly tomorrow. It depends how long I keep the stream going. I'm gonna save this video, and it's probably going up tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys so much to those of you who hopped into the YouTube, vid. If you guys were able to find me on Twitch, I appreciate it. If you'd just mention you found me on YouTube, so I know how much interest the channel is generating beyond the analytics and all that. I'd like to have some overlap if possible. I really like to have I don't know. I really appreciate it when people watch my videos. So thank you. And I guess I'll see you in Twitch chat if you haven't hopped in already. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.